welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton's Communications Department. And today we're going to talk about 4-H. And you might think to yourself, wait a minute, I live in the city, not a rural county. We're not raising pigs and chickens here. But Karen Baker is going to tell us what 4-H is in Hampton. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Robin. Like you said, I am the 4-H Youth Development Agent for the City of Hampton, and 4-H is for all ages from 5 to infinity, because we have adult volunteers. 4-H is an adult-led program. We work with youth between the ages of 5 to 19 years of age. We teach them all types of life skills. And with teaching them life skills, in addition, we also help them to understand that they are a vital part of the community. Civic engagement is very important in 4-H. So no, we do not do chicken, pigs, and horses. But however, let me tell you, we do have a program called the Horseless Project. So that means that they can do a horse project, and it could be a horseless project. But however, they can in turn do a trip to maybe a stable to learn how to groom. They learn all about the horse before they go. All parts of the horses. They learn about the horse. And then they can go to a actual stable and learn how to groom it. And they can also go to all of our state horse shows. We do have state horse shows they can participate in, and they can actually give out the ribbons and the different corsages that are done that day.
That's kind of neat, because I will say, you know, one of the cool things about 4-H, and I lived in Montana for a year, and the schools, public schools shut down during the state fair because so many kids went to show their animals and stuff. And it helps connect you to the land and a different way of life that's a little bit lost here now. So you guys do some of that.
Yes, we do some of that. But however, being that we're in an urban area, we try to focus on urban programs.
You can't really raise a pig and bring it to the state fair.
No, you can't
if you're
do that.
in Hampton. Well, a few people can, but not very many.
But however, we do some projects in the school system as well as at some of our after-school sites, which is called the Beginning of Life, which is actually taking an incubated egg, and you take that egg and the kids put it in the incubator for 21 days, and then it hatch. They can either donate that egg back to the gentleman who actually donates the incubated eggs, or they can donate them to Bluebird Gap Farm. So we've had success with some chickens. They're just not running around in their backyards. Mm-hmm. But we also have had a lot of success with our STEM program. We're very, very interested in making sure that kids know that math, science, engineering, and technology is a vital component. That's our urban program.
That's so important. I mean, it's really, and you kind of think, as an outsider, you think, oh, well, the schools are going to do that. But the schools have limited time with each kinds of curriculum, and they've got to do so many different things that I think auxiliary programs that get kids excited early about math and science. Because frankly, if you don't stay caught up, it's very hard to do that later.
That's true, Robin. And as a matter of fact, that 4-H is an informal education. I am actually off-campus faculty for Virginia Tech University. So we bring that outreach from the university into the community. So we're able to bring additional resources that the schools, some of the after-school programs, faith-based churches that they don't have, the actual funding to support. Like I have an iPad kit lab that I take around with me. I also go into the school system and do programs and bring that other resource in, because we're learn by doing. Hands-on. Everything is hands-on, learn by doing. It's correlated to the SOLs, everything that we do. We do skill-a-thons with science. We go into the 5th grade and 8th grade classes and do 4 or 5 stations to set up around their SOLs, what they're learning. So it is a very exciting way to learn. It's fun, it's informal. It's not the formal education where you're sitting there and you're being taught something and you have to be lectured to. You actually get to do something hands-on, learn by doing.
And that's so helpful. And it takes so many more resources. It's not like one teacher for, 25 or 30 kids can really do that. So you guys come in, put on a program. That sounds great.
And we also do something a little bit further. We have a 4-H, it's the Jamestown 4-H Educational Center that's in Williamsburg. We take kids ages 9 to 13 to junior camp. We take them to junior camp for an entire week. This year we're taking them in June, and they're going to go for the entire week. It's residential camping. So they're actually there the entire week doing educational programs, archery, canoeing, sailing.
Oh, good. All that outdoor stuff that
Yes.
kids don't always get to do in the city.
And we take teen counselors. We take them with us as well. That's their leadership, their mentoring skills that they're learning. I have a teen club called the 4-H Hampton Teen Club. They do a lot of civic engagement, service learning projects, leadership projects. So it's bigger than just horses, pigs, and cows.
Well, how does a kid get involved in 4-H? Or how, probably we're talking to the parents or the grandparents, how do you get your child involved in 4-H?
Well, the way you get them involved is, first of all, you have to remember that 4-H is leader-led. The only actual club that I run is the 4-H Hampton Teen Club. So if you're a teen between the ages of 13 to 18, you can contact the extension office, and we can start getting you on our mailing list about, the programs that are going to be offered through the 4-H Hampton Teen Club. But however, if you're interested in starting your own club, whether you're between the ages of 5 to 13, that's fine as well, and you can become a volunteer, a 4-H leader volunteer. And you can actually get trained through me, and then you can start your own club, and everything that a leader would need, I'm able to set them up with it. They just come and they donate their time.
That's great. That's a lot like Scouts, only
is.
They're co-ed, I assume.
Exactly, exactly.
And that can appeal to this generation today, I think, sometimes.
It is, and it's for boys and girls. And like Scouts, they teach leadership skills, so do we. We teach life skills, so does we. So we're very excited about the kids learning in an informal way. Because when they get to actually sit down and do an iMovie on an iPad, something they might not get to do in school, and it's all centered around education and learning, and maybe about about the environment. We take a topic. They get to actually brainstorm this topic. They are the ones to create this. It's called Create with a Purpose. They create this iMovie, whether it's a digital collage or anything like that. They create this. But not only that, they get to premiere their projects up at Richmond, at the Richmond Living Museum, which is in our capital. I'm going to have to go back on that one, right?
That sounds great. That sounds the Science Museum in Richmond.
The Science Museum in
Okay.
Richmond. And what they do is a red carpet premiere. They premiere their projects. They premiere either their actual video or their digital collage. And they actually get Oscars. They get Oscars, and also they are competing against other kids in the state of Virginia.
So it's a really wide range of things. And I'm going to make you show your pink fingers right now, because you told me you were dyeing pasta to use in art projects. So it really goes from that, hands-on art project, old school, to an art project that's iPad movies.
Exactly. And my actual vision for this year at Bay Days is to hopefully bring a little bit of the atmosphere that's at the state fair to Bay Days. I want to do something called 4-H Under the Tent, where we can have at least 3 to 4 categories about art as well as baked goods, and they're actually being judged. And we're on the Danish system, so they will win ribbons.
Cool. Oh, that'll be fun.
It's for
that
youth.
is the other traditional county fair thing is food.
Yes.
What about, and this ties in, you guys are under the Cooperative Extension Agency. How does this tie in with gardens or growing food? Do they get any opportunity to do that in 4-H?
Oh, yes, of course. Our teens have their own teen garden at Bluebird Gap Farm. They actually...
right there next to the Master Gardeners?
Yes,
Okay.
the one along the fence. You'll see up there it says Hampton Teen Garden. And they actually grow their own vegetables, and they use those vegetables. They donate them to the food pantry, and they also donate them as well to other church food pantries. And then they sometimes get to do a taste test, because Megan Tierney, which is our horticulture agent, she has literally pulled things out of the garden and had them to taste them right there on the spot.
Isn't that cool? I remember I used to have carrots. I would just pull up the carrots, hose them off, and that would be lunch when I was outside under a hammock reading a book in the summers. It's nice, again, to at least understand that connection to what we eat, even if they don't do it full time, if it's not, an agricultural project.
And they also have where we're going to be working with Langley, their youth services, and we're going to be doing container gardens and things like that. So we have a really close tie to the military installations as well. So we make sure that they as well are receiving programs and 4-H programs. They actually mandated to receive 4-H programs. So we do a lot with them as well, and that partnership is there as well.
Well, and learning about those things also promotes healthy eating and being outdoors and exercise, and really gets at some of these, health goals for our children these days.
Exactly. We have nutrition program assistants that work with us in Virginia Cooperative Extension, and they are, individuals who go into the school systems and also talk about healthy eating, of course, about the caterpillar, the hungry caterpillar. Everybody knows about the hungry caterpillar,
right.
but they have organ-wise kids too, and that shows little organs running around as little characters and the importance of eating healthy for your organs. So we have a variety of programs at Virginia Cooperative Extension that can reach youth, not just 4-H youth development, but as well as 4-H expanded food and nutrition for youth as well.
Okay, so if I'm sitting here listening to you and thinking, boy, this sounds great. How do I get more information? How do I get something going? What's the answer to that?
I would say you contact the Virginia Cooperative Extension office in the city of Hampton, which is, the number is 757-727-1401. You can give us a phone call and we can set you up with what type of program you're looking for, or if we're not able to actually bring that program to you, remember, we are the outreach from Virginia Tech University and Virginia State University. We can bring in specialists. And as always, this is a program that's ran by the state as well as by the city of Hampton, so it's free.
Yay! Free is good, especially, if you're working with kids and you're looking for extra resources. Free is very good.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and one of the other things you were telling me is what do the 4-H's stand for? Tell me that again, I can never remember.
Head, heart, health, and hands.
So it is a very holistic enterprise.
It is. It's a concept for the entire body, from the head to your feet, and it's also from your head into the outreach to your community, because when you're talking about actually being a volunteer, we start off with our youth at a young age, letting them know how important it is to give back to their community. So that civic engagement component of it, we make sure that they understand that your hands are used to give back to your community. And think about your heart caring. We also talk about the 6 pillars of character, in 4-H, which is respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, citizenship. And what they do is that they learn those concepts, those 6 concepts in 4-H, and they take those throughout their life. I have 4-Hers who have graduated from high school over 5 or 6 years ago, and they still come back and they give back, and they still talk about those 6 pillars of characters that they have learned.
I think that's so important. And there's a lot of discussion today about problems in youth and youth violence in society. And, people look to the schools. Oh, schools need to teach character. But the schools have to teach the SOLs. They have to teach the academics. So supplemental programs that teach character and that help plug kids into the community so that they can give back and they understand that. And once you do it, you kind of see the joys of it and you see the results of your work. And
that is true. And I would say this, we're not just an organization just grabs programs from anywhere. All of our programs are research-based. All of our curriculums are research-based. And just because we don't have horses or pigs or anything like that, we do have curriculums on those. If the kids want to learn about, animals and how to take care of animals. We also have around the state, it would be interesting to have it in Hampton one day, but we have around the state where they actually have dog shows and dog clubs. So I'm quite sure that we can have a dog club here in Hampton. Everybody loves their pets, but those are other things that are going on around the state that I would really like to bring to Hampton as well. But remember, as always, they are volunteer-led.
So you want to make a pitch for volunteers while you're here?
Yes, I will make a pitch for volunteers. It's vital that we have caring adults. We have caring adults to work with the youth because the youth look up to caring adults and they want to feel like they belong to something. So to have an adult that cares about them, to help foster their leadership skills, their civic engagement, their passion, I think that we could use more adults. So if you're interested in becoming a volunteer, please contact us.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming today. Is there anything else I've forgotten to ask you about?
No, but just let you know that 4-H is vital to our community.
I am very excited about it now. There's all kinds of fun things. Too bad my kids are too old at this point.
But they can volunteer.
They could volunteer. Well, thank you, Karen.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate hearing all these things. And thank you for watching. I hope maybe you have some ideas about how you could give back or some programs your son or daughter or granddaughter might be interested in. Thank you.